What's going down, everybody? This is your boy Big Druski, and welcome to another edition of Spacebucket Growing with Druski.
Welcome to the podcast.
So what's going down, everybody? Today, this episode is brought to you by our good friends and sponsors, Mostly Safe 8, that's Rainman, Spacebucket, Microgrows. Please check them out on Etsy. You'll see their store link in the description of our Instagram. You'll also catch it in the description of this podcast. Today's episode is also going to be brought to you by another sponsor of ours. We're glad to have it. Actually, you know what? We're going to have you go to Lootcrate.com. Now, if y'all know what Lootcrate is, awesome. If you don't know what Lootcrate is, I'm going to explain it to you here in just a moment. Now, Lootcrate is a dope service and I'm going to tell you about it here. So, Loot Crate's a monthly mystery crate that delivers the best in geek and gaming gear, from collectibles, apparel, tech gadgets, and other epic gear. It's like Comic-Con in a box. Now, for less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. Now, you've got until the 19th at 9 p.m. to subscribe and receive that month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. By supporting Loot Crate, you support my channel. So sign up at www.trylootcrate.com/whatar and enter code BRIDGE10 to save 10% off on any new subscription. Now, listeners, I need you guys to do this to support our channel so we can keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? We got great sponsors, but I need you guys to go to www.trylootcrate.com/whatar, all one word, WHATARE, what are, and enter code BRIDGE10, and that's going to save you 10% off any new subscription. Now, you guys, we're going to kick off this show the right way. So, as the title says, growing cannabis in the heat wave. Folks, it sucks. It's dangerous. It's stressful. It's borderline depressing. And I'll let you know why. Now, in the summer times in Las Vegas, you find yourselves in a predicament at any moment in time. That predictable moment is, it always seems like right at the beginning of the hit of summer, we get this weird heat wave, and then everybody's got this problem. Their AC breaks down. Bah! Now, if you ain't rolling in dough, and you can't properly get things fixed the way you want to, you've got to come up with some options. So, my plant sat in, it had to be over 100 degree heat for a minute. It was a while. And it sucked. It killed a lot of leaves due to heat damage. Like, it was literally so hot in the space bucket, and this is without the lights on, that the leaves in even new growth, old growth, it was literally shriveled up to the point of like it was burnt. And yeah, so I wasn't really taking any pictures of it. I was trying to like really conserve what I could of the plant. I was trying to move it into cooler rooms to drop the temperature. That didn't work. And so I finally like gave in, and I have a swamp cooler that it covers about 600 square feet. So 600 square feet, which is like one of the smaller rooms in my house here. I got that kind of set up to where it's not like directly in, because the swamp cooler that I have, it's massive. You know, use the hose, you know, hook that thing up, let it pump all that water. It's like 5 gallons of water a day that thing can go through. But I'd rather have a high water bill than a high electricity bill, to be totally honest with you. So the way I've got everything set up, it's apartment style right now. But, you know, it'll do what it has to do. And so now there's a lot of moisture in the air. So I'm dealing with the fact that I've got to have this moisture in the air, which is adding moisture to the soil, which is moving around in the canopy and, you know, get it extracted out via the light shrouds in the CFL build. And I'm dealing with a lot of heat damage, so I defoliate it. Now this thing looks just pitifully sad. So I added her first feeding of nutrients. You know what I'm saying? Use my nice little gallon. I've got about 3 gallons, so yeah, about a gallon of water. pH'd, nectar of the gods nutrients, you know, thrown in there and mixed up right, and fed her, and I'm letting her do her thing. Then I noticed now the leaves are drooping. Things ain't hanging there right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got really, really droopy leaves. So I'm like, oh crap. Is this too much moisture in the air? Plus, I just fed her. You know, I watered it a couple of days before I got the swamp cooler in use. So I didn't really measure to see if the soil was dry, which I should have. Like, I really should have just tested the whole thing out, because if it wasn't that dry, I shouldn't have fed it. So I think there's just too much water, too much moisture in the air right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to balance itself out. So what I'm doing is I'm moving it into one of the hotter portions of the house, and which is kind of away from the swamp cooler. It's a little bit drier air in that area, and I'm just gonna let her kind of sleep and recover itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm sticking to the schedule, so I'm just not gonna feed her for a while until that soil doesn't really need to get any more moisture in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be that. Now, also got a nice little thing going on, because we do have our second grow, and the second grow is actually looking pretty nice right now. It's in the LED Lotus Eater, and if y'all don't know about the LED Lotus Eater, let me tell you about it for a second. So we have the Lotus Eater Organics have supplied us with a couple of things. So we've got our buckets, and then they have nicely provided us with seeds from Oasis Cultivations, which is, oh my gosh, like, when I say the seed game is crazy, like, right now I've got Granddaddy Purple cross-strained with AK-47 growing right now. Calling that one Purple Grenade. Thanks to Oasis Cultivations there. So, I've got one of those going in right, I'm talking about like right now. And, that one with the LED grow, I can't say for right now, like, things are happening faster or this and that. It actually seemed like this one developed a little bit slower. I I haven't done any nutrient feeding on this one as of yet with like the seedling nutrients that they want you to mix up with the Nectar for the Gods kit, which we'll explain here later. But I just, this is still straight from like germ station. So, you know what I'm saying? It's still popped out, but its first set of leaves have started to grow. So I'm going to hit it with the seedling nutrients. And then I'll also explain what nutrients that we're using in the CFL build that I think I messed up on with just feeding it at the time that I did. So, we have from Nectar for the Gods, which is Olympus Up, which is a pH up. Gaia Mana, which is a supplement to this whole nutrient system. Athena's Amnius. It really doesn't have an explanation of what this is, but this really like focuses on during bloom phase on the back of the bottle. So we also have a soil nutrient, which is Medusa's Magic. We have our growth enhancer, Zeus Juice. Then we have our liquid calcium, and that is Demeter's Destiny. And then we have liquid bone meal or Herculean Harvest. Now, all of this has its own setup for you to use when you're actually feeding. The recipes, I just had this dang kit. Sorry about that, y'all. But there's a, regimen that goes with this, and you guys can actually look it up. Haha, here it is. So the regimen for the purple grenade is going to be as such. So now, with all of these that were supplied, this is what the kit regimen reads like. Now, the feeding schedule at the top of this guide reflects the collective knowledge and experience of input from countless Nectar for the Gods gardeners. Every gardener and every garden are different. As you become more familiar with these nutrients, you can develop your own feeding schedule that works for you and your garden. But this feeding schedule is a good starting point. The amounts listed in the feeding chart are the amount you should use for each gallon of water in your feeding mixture. You will be mixing all of the ingredients together with water and then adjusting the pH level. By their nature, these nutrients settle very quickly. It is crucial to shake the bottles thoroughly before pouring and to stir into the feeding mixture throughout the mixing and feeding process. Now we're going to mix all of the nutrients with water in the order they are listed on the chart from top to bottom. When you have all the ingredients mixed with the water, use a pH meter to measure your pH level. Continuously stir a mixture as you're taking your reading. Now, once you have your pH reading, compare it to the range indicated on the bottom row of the feeding schedule and use Olympus Up or Hades Down to adjust the pH to within that range. Unfortunately, this kit did not come with the pH down. We only have the pH up. Now, we slowly pour our mixture into our soil at the base of your plant. Now, there are instructional videos if you go to their website, and that's www.organsonly.com/how-to. That's www.organsonly.com/how-to. Now, they give you some good stuff here to also learn. They say pH is critical. Nectar for the Gods is a calcium-based lime that is most available to the plant in a pH range of 6.2 to 6.8. Other nutrient lines rely on nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to deliver nutrition into the plant, and when utilizing those elements, they are most available in the range of 5.7 to 6.2. But since calcium is a reactive element, it will bind and carry other nutrients into the root system for your plants to utilize. It is crucial with nectar to check and adjust your feed nutrients pH before watering. Now, you want to start with good soil. And the most important component in every garden is good soil. So, not all soils are created equally, so we encourage you to test your soil's pH and ppm, or your parts per million, values before planting it. Now, we recommend doing a slurry test. This test will explain what is going on around the root zone. To do this, take 2 ounces of medium and 2 ounces of pH neutral water, and then sit them together in a container until the medium is fully saturated. Then insert your pH and ppm meters directly into the slurry and document those numbers. Nectar for the Gods performs best when the medium is in a pH range of 6.3 to 6.8 and the parts per million are between 300 and 500. If your soil comes out with a lower pH or higher parts per million, a pre-planting flush with Herculean Harvest or Olympus Up will help correct these issues before planting. When in doubt, flush it out. If you're noticing signs of deficiencies in calcium, potassium, magnesium, or nitrogen, do not run out and buy a bottle of pretend cures. 9 out of 10 times, deficiencies will be directly related to your soil's parts per millions and pH numbers being out of whack. This would be a good time to do the slurry test and react accordingly. The calcium sources in Herculean Harvest and Olympus Up will help tie up excessive salts and neutralize the acids to bring your pH back into range. So, as you heard directly from Nectar for the Gods here, there's certain things that you have to do. So, from top to bottom for our seedling here, we're going to be using 1 teaspoon of Medusa's Magic, 1 teaspoon of Gaia Mana, and 1 teaspoon of Zeus Juice per gallon of water. Then we'll adjust our pH to 6.3. For the CFL build, we're an early flower, so we're going to be using 2 teaspoons of Medusa, 2 teaspoons of Gaia, 1 tablespoon of Athena, 1 to 2 teaspoons of Demeter's Destiny. We did 1. 1 tablespoon of Herculean Harvest, 2 teaspoons of Zeus Juice, and if you would like to use the foliar spray, 1 teaspoon per quart of water. So, note for the foliar spray: if you're losing bloom chaos as a foliar feed in vegetative and early flowering stages, in mid to late flowering, mix with other nutrients and root feed. When used as a foliar feed, bloom chaos can be mixed with pointmazine and full power, but cannot be mixed with any other products. Foliar feed should be at 6.4 pH. Just a little note from the gods. So, that's the watering schedule for both of those. I mean, other than that, I think this is going to go do out well. Now, my only problem is too much water. So, like I said earlier, I think I just overfed the CFL build. So, what I'm going to do on that one is I'm going to let the nutrients kick in, and I'm not going to water her for a while. Now, I do have a soil tester on the way. Actually, it should have been here, I believe, yesterday if I check my eBay here. And y'all gonna do that live with me, because I know what I purchased, god dang it. So it says it shipped as of June 10th. June 26th to July 17th. Jeez, us. eBay, man. Tell these folks from Hong Kong, man, it's not that serious, bro. Like, it come from the same place, man. I got the strips from freaking... I got pH testing strips, and I don't know about using those with this mix, just because you're trying to get your pH range to a certain level. When you got like 6.2, that's like a really light pH thing on the strip. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm sitting there using the pH meter, the electronic one, I can get it more accurate. But I do have water testing strips as well to also test these. So, but those came relatively fast. I believe I ordered, yeah, those got ordered on the same day. One was from, okay, the carrier is Yawin. Alright. It don't tell you where it's from. Shenzhen. Okay, China. Got it. So, it took from June 13th to June 17th to get these things here from that destination. Now, this thing here still has not arrived. Let's see. We need to track this item. And, you know, see, look, you don't even get the whole options. You know what I'm saying? Like, they playing with me. Watch it come like today, and I'm talking all this mess. But anyways, y'all. So that's what's going on. Growing cannabis in the heat wave now, as we've also seen, can be detrimental as fee to your plant, and that was, you know, the Stacks experiment there. He had a nice, lovely, tall sativa plant, all in flower. Pistils were flowing out this thing. This nice scent was coming off of it. And then all of a sudden, this heat wave came, and it was 122 one day, and nobody knew what to do. And when I say it looked like a dude who used to weigh 160, now he weighed 140 because he didn't drop water weight, that's what that plant looked like. It was shriveled up to the bone. Like, things were just burnt off. It was not, it wasn't good. But there's a silver lining that comes out of all of this. We've got a clone working off that same plant that we kind of salvaged earlier, like right before the heat wave came. So, in doing that, you know, we're going to mix up some of these nutrients here and ship them over that way when we do What Are We Doing? And yeah, we're gonna get the clone fed, and I think we got a seedling going over there. I think we got some green crack rolling. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Elevated Gardens coming soon. You know what I'm saying. Right now we're in the process of really learning how every environment works for cannabis, where it be indoor controlled. Now I've got indoor and moist. I've got CFL lights. I got LED. We've got outdoor. We're doing another Spacebucket, by the way. This one's going to be 4 stacks. We have another one on the way coming very soon, a little bit earlier than expected. You guys will hear about that on What Are We Doing, because, you know what I'm saying, everything we do, I discuss with, you know, stacks when it comes to things of that nature. So, you know what I'm saying? Because this is our thing. The Elevated Lifestyle crew is real. Elevated Gardens are coming soon. And, you know what I'm saying, we hope to collaborate with a lot more people, you know what I'm saying. We've been looking at Smoke Pipe, you know what I'm talking about. We need a couple of them. Get them in on the show, you know what I'm saying. I love hitting out of, like, chillums and, like, one-hitters. Like, that's my thing. Like, if I could do that and then have, like, my glass pieces, I'd be all right, you know what I'm saying. So, Smoke Pipe, you know, we talking about you, man. Of course, you know, shout out to our good friends, Lotus Eater Organics, and, you know what I'm saying, our really, really good friends, Rainman, Spacebucket, Microgrows. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, keep listening. Sorry about the delay. It's been a week, you know what I'm saying, was dealing with a heat wave, sick folks, trying not to get sick myself, trying not to die out here, you know what I'm saying. Dealing with the fact that you got to figure out a way to recover your plant. You don't want to really talk about it I'm telling you. And plus, when you don't have your medication like you should, you don't get things done like you should as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as energetic as I am, like, right now if I don't have my medication. And y'all know what medication that is. That's what I'm trying to grow my own. So, once again, y'all, thank you so much for listening. Tuning in with your boy. Dealing with us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the support on What Are We Doing. Thank you for the support on the Spacebucket Growing with Druski process. And if you follow Andrew Hatcher Jr. on Google of any way, shape, or form, if you are on YouTube, look it up. We've got a teaser episode of hip hop discussions hosted by Stacks. This is going to be his thing. I wanted to announce that to y'all because I want y'all to hear what we talk about, because from a dude from California and a guy from Las Vegas, we delve into a lot of different types of music when it comes to hip hop. So it was really dope. And then I got introduced to somebody last night that I've heard about, I've never really heard. And then I got my mind blown, and we're going to talk about that on the next teaser episode. Hopefully we can get another one out of him. I want to know his thoughts about it. But I'm going to give y'all one more, because I got to pay these bills, man. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to keep this podcast going for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep everybody happy. We want to get another grow going. And, you know what I'm saying? That means we need money for this soil. We need money for these nutrients. You know what I'm talking about? And, yeah. So, on that note, y'all know I love my dogs, man. So, this one's going to be a shout out to Barkbox. You know what I'm saying? Barkbox is another super dope, like, sponsor / affiliate of ours. And if y'all don't know what Barkbox is, Barkbox does this. Every month, Barkbox paw picks the best all-natural treats and innovative toys to match a dog's unique needs, including allergies and heavy chewer preferences. Now, all edibles are made in the USA or Canada, and 100% of our productions are tested on animals, their own. Now, Barkbox is a great way to try a variety of treats and toys from local and small businesses that you may not otherwise be able to find. Now, each monthly box is themed, so you got the Country Fair, Bark Ball, Pooh York City, Brooklyn Hipster, and more. Now, new and unique toys continue to keep dogs engaged, interested, and happy. Scout's Honor. If your dog does not like something in the box, we'll send you something they love for free, because we're all about dog happiness. Now, guess what? There is free shipping on any Barkbox within the continental United States. And I know I said guess what, but guess. Free shipping on any Barkbox within the continental United States. And I know some of y'all, most of y'all live in the United States. So, I mean, free shipping. Treat your dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, when your dog falls in love with something from the box, you can easily find it again on barkshop.com, and it's or their app, or by texting us. So, if your dog really likes that one toy, and he seems to keep messing it up because he plays with it so much, you can get the same toy for your pup. Now, I want you guys to go to getbarkbox.com/whatar, and you'll get a free extra month of Barkbox if you just use my little code, man. www.getbarkbox.com/whatar. It's that easy. Now, y'all, thank you for listening. I'm out. I'm going to go tend to my plants, and I'm going to eat some food. Holla at y'all in a couple of days.